everyone, Happy New Year and welcome back to my channel and the first video of 2024. Today's video will be a get ready with me featuring some of the best products of 2023. So this will be products that I've used all throughout the year, and I'll be doing a roundup of like narrowing it down to my top 10 or however many products I have got on here. So if you would like to see what my favourite products have been this year, whilst I also reflect on what I've achieved, I keep on watching this video. Thanks guys. Okay guys, so I've already done my face off camera, so what I used for this was my favourite, and this was something that I did a full review on, and it is the BB Daily Protection from KIKO Milano. This is in the shade Ivory. I just did a light coverage of it all over my face. I am thinking about putting something on my eyelids to prime for eyeshadow a little bit later on. I also, however, did use my Colour Correct Meal from the latter, and it is the, and as you can see right here, the yellow for under eyes has definitely been used and abused. So I am starting to use a little bit of this because I know, especially in January, because I feel like this is the one where you can get away with adding a bit more colour than you would normally. So what I'll do is, whilst I'm talking about this, is I'll just apply a thin layer of my BB cream onto my eyelids. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed to my channel in 2023. I believe my last count was 147. I think it was just yesterday I checked that, and it was like 147 of you have subscribed to me in 2023. So thank you so much. I am so incredibly grateful for the support that you've given to the channel this year. Fingers crossed that I'll be able to achieve a lot more, and my biggest ambition is to get a YouTube play button, but as a minimum I would love to try and reach 1k. So be sure to hit that bell. I know I say this a lot at the beginning of almost every single vlog, but without you guys' support none of this would be possible. Okay guys, so now that I have done my base, I'm now going to go on to blusher. So I'm not going to do any bronzer because I have a feeling that I'm going to keep this fairly minimal, and if I go with my favourite one, which was the Baked Sienna bronzer from KIKO, it would just make my face look like I've just been tangled and spray tan gone wrong. So we're going to go straight on to blusher. So the first one, my favourite of 2023, is the number 7 matte powder blusher. This is the colour Honey. The packaging has changed definitely, because the last time I purchased this, the pan in this part of the lid was black, and they have changed it to white for some unknown reason. Maybe we don't know why they decided to change it to white. It might just be to make a change and add a little bit more contrast. So when I first bought this, I thought this definitely looks warm, but when I tried it and I started wearing this for work, and especially the job that I'm in where they might be quite strict on makeup, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then using this really cheap brush that I got from a set that I got from Claire's Accessories when I was about 12, I'm just going to be using this just to focus this on the apples of my cheeks. I'm using a super light hand because this is a very pigmented blush, and it is easier to put on than it is to take off. But with this one I can maybe go in with a little bit more BB if I feel like I have gone a little bit overboard. I'm going to have to use all my fingers on my right hand to hold everything, which is surprisingly shocking because we ladies are known to multitask, and multitasking, no lie, is something that I am definitely weak at, and I want to try and maybe include that as a New Year's resolution. Other New Year's resolutions, last year I did this one where I want to definitely run a lot more because I had a lot more time on my hands. This year, however, I do have less time with like everything going on with work and studying, so I know at this moment in time I won't be able to train as much as I've been able to this time last year, but once spring and summer rolls around I'll definitely have a lot more time on my hands and be able to get some miles in before the Great North Run. I did the Great North 10k and the Great North 5k last year. I also vlogged the 5k, so if you like to watch either that or the 2022 ones, those will be available in the description box below. And then for a little bit of highlight, I'm going to go in with this MAC Cherry Blossom Extra Dimension Blush. This is something that I've used for, in April, I will have had this for 3 years, and this is still my holy grail, apart from like that and MAC Soft and Gentle, because it is just a really nice versatile highlighter, because It is a gold reflect and it is suitable for all skin tones, so it is definitely a universal product. I especially love this blusher because at least it's something that I can do. It's a blusher and bronzer in one, so if I wanted a 2-in-1 where I might necessarily have a lot of time to do both things separately, I can always count on this little man. Okay guys, that is my face done, so we are now going to move on to eyes. I'm not going to do anything to eyebrows because I am going to be keeping it fairly natural because it is January and this is the year where I tend to go a little bit neutral and I might be a bit cautious on the makeup because I don't want to be experimenting with anything too soon. So we're going to move on to eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using a combination of 2 eyeshadows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you guys in closer so you can see. Okay guys, so the first eyeshadow that I'm going to be using is this. This is the MUA Undressed 1 palette. This is the 12 shade palette. I've used this countless times in interviews. I do have a 5 looks 1 palette video coming up in the coming months. I think that might be about March or April time by the time this comes out. But I am going to be using a mix of this and the palette that I used in a lot of my videos, and especially the Disney 100 series, and this is the Soph Revolution Ultra Eyeshadows Pigment 24 Pan palette. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking a colour from this one here. I'm going to use this really pale shade here. I'm going to go for like a brown look, so I normally want to go bronze, like gold. I do also, however, plan on using this tan colour right here. This is called Fawn, so I might do a mix of this and Fawn. So I'm just going to apply this one as my transition shade, and then I'm just going to, you'll barely see this because once I put the shade from the MUA palette on, I'm going to be using the Fawn shade, and then it might show up a little bit better. So in with the Fawn shade, I'm going to just apply a wash of this through my crease, and then I'll be using another shade here which is called Hazel, which is more of a darker brown, but I'll only be using this on the very, very outer corner. I love this palette because you can definitely get a whole array of looks out here, whether you're just for office or dance floor, especially these shades, or if you're wanting to do a full smoky eye with like these shades here, we'll definitely be doing a full demonstration on this using these shades. I'm not sure about this blue shade, whether or not it'll go with my eye colour, but we shall see when we get to that tutorial. And then with a different brush, I'm just going to be using this brush that I got from a Babyliss. I think I got this with when I got a pair with my pair of strainers. I'm going to be taking this shade here called Hazel, and I'm just going to be using this to apply a tiny bit of definition to the outer third of my eye. I love how pigmented these shadows are because you can definitely achieve a whole array of looks. I know I've just said that, but you guys know me. I cannot stress enough how much I love these. This was my favourite one in summer because it's a nice small palette, so at least it's something I can take on the go, and especially if whether or not my channel takes off in the way that I thought it might. If I end up doing my makeup on the train, this will be the palette that I will use to do my eyeshadow. Bearing in mind, over the years I have ended up applying my makeup, like doing my eyeshadow when I've been on like trains, buses, and on my local metro service. So at least I've got something where I won't have to worry about getting things smashed or everything falling out my bag. Okay, for lid shade, I'm going to go in back in with the Soph palette, and I'm going to be going in with these 2 goldy shimmery shades here. I absolutely love these because they are so buttery, and I like want to see how much I absolutely love these. I think the last time I used this palette was when I did the Disney 100 series. I think it was the Aristocrat series when I did the Mary look, because I used the other Soph palette for my Toulouse look, and I used the matte shade that I put as my face colour for my Jessie look. I cannot believe the Toy Story 2 will be 25 years old this year, and I also plan on doing another commemorative cover of the When She Loved Me, which is the Jessie song that she sings when she reflects on her previous owner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be Just blending the outer part of my eye. And I cannot believe that Toy Story 2 will be 25 years old. That is a long time. It was like, it wasn't until I seen what year it was out and I was like, oh, it was out in the year I was born. So at the point I was born, that was most likely the biggest film of Christmas and the film of the century, because it was a game changer, because Toy Story was the first film to be done entirely through CGI, like computer graphics, and it was just, at least we're ending the century and going into the new millennium on a new discovery. Okay guys, so what I'm going to be doing, and because this is a pigment, I'm just going to be using my finger just to apply this to my lid on top of that one where I put the gold. Oh yes, that is so pigmented. When I'm doing this in my viewfinder, I can definitely see that it is definitely showing up on camcorder. I think this is the first makeup demo that I've done on this camcorder. I got this for my birthday a couple of weeks ago, and it was just, I was so happy that I've managed to get myself a camcorder for my birthday, because the amount of times throughout the year where I've just had to rush through videos, and then because I'm paranoid, one, I'm going to run out of battery, or two, I'm going to run out of space and I'm having to end up deleting stuff just out of a frenzy just to make up the space. Right then, what I'm going to be doing now is I'm just going to be taking, without dipping into any more product, I'm just going to be taking this on my lower lash line to waken myself up, because in January I'm always a lot more, I struggle with how I can like wake myself up. I know there was some tactic I might try, because where if I like, but I would need ice cubes for it, where I put me face in a bowl of icy water. Apparently it's supposed to wake you up, make yourself up and be ready for the day ahead or the night ahead, especially if you might be a night owl. It was just something that I discovered on TikTok, but I will definitely give this a go if I am struggling with motivation or being ready for the day ahead. Okay, that is eyeshadow done. I'm not going to bother with any liner because I want to just keep it fairly minimal, so we're going to move on to mascara. My favourite mascara of the year, it was the Rimmel Scandalised Waterproof, but that's since run out. Instead, I then took the Soap & Glory Thick and Fast Mascara. Again, this has been, it's been my best friend in a lot of my videos throughout 2023. It was a game changer, and it was just something that I can rely on if I wanted to do full volume without applying false lashes, or if you're like me and if you are blessed with long eyelashes, then this will definitely be the product for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a single coat of this today. When I did my Christmas vlogs, I went in with the 2 coats because Christmas is the time of year where you can get away with going overboard on the eyeshadow, lashes or mascara. So we're just going to go for the single coat today. Okay guys, that is my eyes done. So the last thing we are going to move on to is lips. So I will bring you guys back out so you can see what we're going to be going for today. Lips. I have loved various lip products over the course of 2023, but I would definitely say that I am going to be going in with a lip liner also, but I am going to be doing a pinky lip today. Before filming this video, it was very difficult to choose what lip to go for, but I thought I would go for one that I actually did a review and a first impressions on. I was going to go for the KIKO Colour Bomb, but these were all in my summer lipsticks and I want to use something that I can wear just year round. Natural Collection I wasn't going to do because it was just a little bit beige, and you'll have seen it before when I've done dupes videos. So for lip liner I'm going to be going in with this. I actually did a Get Ready With Me this time last year using the Visage, I think it's the Precision liner or the Hotline liner, and this is in the colour Berry. So what I'll do is I'll bring you guys a little bit in so you can see what that colour looks like. I will be doing more reviews on these in the coming months, especially in maybe May or June, because although this is a bright colour, I had expected this to be more of a plummy colour, but it has definitely come out more of a hot pink. I also have cherry in this, but this is a little more red undertone, a little bit too red for the colour I was going to use today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do an outline. I'm not going to fill it in because the lipstick I will be using, it will camouflage it. It is super pigmented as well, so be careful when you're overlining. And for lipstick, I would definitely say that although this was quite an expensive one and a big investment, and this is so not like me, and this is another one that I did a review on, and it is this, the Charlotte Tilbury Coral Kissing KSING lipstick, and this is in the shade Coral Kiss, formerly Coachella Coral, and I absolutely love this. Although this was probably the most expensive lipstick that I got, it was definitely worth every penny. I love the formulation, the colour, how long it lasts. It is very versatile, and it is a great beginner shade if you may be starting out in your reds or your corals. And oh wow, it really blends in with that lip liner. I half expected the lip liner to show through, which is something I'm not, like, one of my biggest pet peeves of lipstick is using a red lip liner and then like too light a pink lipstick, because at least you can see, at least with this, you won't see this one very much. Oh yes, it smells like custard. I think I said this a lot in 2023, pretty much every lipstick that I've done, it's always smelled like cupcakes or like vanilla or custard, and it just makes me want to go for that particular lipstick. I'm not always a fan of lipsticks that smell like paint or they just leave a horrible sour taste in your mouth. I think there was a Bourjois one that I tried and it was a really horrible sour taste, but putting that aside, here is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed me reflecting on the year that I've just had, like in 2023, and many of the videos that I did reviews and first impressions on. I do have a second channel launch, and it is called LauraSings, which will be available with the first cover going live on the 22nd of January. Be sure to hit the bell on both of those channels. I can't wait to see what adventure LauraSings will bring, and it will be one exclusively to covers, because following viewer feedback, maybe it was better that if I did a second channel for my covers. I could also transfer some of my Life with Laura covers onto LauraSings. I might do a poll to see what you guys think, or whether it would be better if I just did the same ones, but I just started totally afresh, especially on this new camera, and I just want to keep everything consistent. Be sure to hit the bell down below, comment and subscribe. I cannot wait to see what the rest of 2024 will bring on this channel, as well as the launch of LauraSings. Stay tuned for that, and I will see you all very soon for another video. Thanks for watching.